All right.
Awesome.
Welcome, everyone. Jackie, so nice to see you again. How are
You
you doing
too.
today?
Yeah. Great. Excited for this workshop today because it's right up
Same.
my alley.
Yeah, same. Excellent. Well, I'm super ready to get started. Tom, welcome in from Virginia. Happy Thanksgiving. If you're watching us in the US, happy Thanksgiving to you. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Um, but if you are from elsewhere in the world, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We always love to see how wide reaching these videos are and these workshops are. Jackie's joining us from South Africa. I'm here in northeastern United States. So I think we have what is it, about 7 hours difference. It's the middle of my day,
Unbelievable.
but it's nighttime for you. In any case, wherever you're watching from, we appreciate you spending the time with us. Today's session is going to be incredibly exciting. If you're a business owner, if you're an agency owner, I want to say this is
Yeah.
mainly going to be focused at marketing agencies, but because agencies almost all function with the same template, I think you're
Yeah.
either way, you're going to pick up a lot of really valuable information. So without further ado, let me share my screen here. Let's talk about today's session. The Agency Secrets Workshop today is a practical guide. We're finally going to break into what do you do to scale, how you do it, and really get into the details that not many people get into. A lot of advice comes up online and they say something like, oh, let me grow your business, let me grow your agency. All right. All of that's garbage. Why? Because they don't really break down the practical steps. All right. Today, we're going to really get into I don't want to say the painful detail, but the actual level of detail that we need to figure out if our business is going well, right? To figure out, okay, how do we escape what we're calling the agency loop of doom, where you're stuck doing work, and because you're stuck doing work, you can't get more clients, and because you can't get more clients, you can't grow, and it just creates this cycle where it just makes the whole thing sort of you know a bore to work in. You get burnt out, you get spent inside this business that's supposed to be a point of passion for you. You started it because you love certain things about it, and then this
Mm.
loop of doom takes away your joy and leaves you sad. uh, all right. So to back up and cool it down, Jackie, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm super excited. I know that I'm going to learn a lot from you, even though I've got my own agency for a while. When it comes to the marketing side of it, we need people like yourself, Pierre, to just give us some of that extra guidance. And I'm sure that it's going to be a lot of value here shared today.
All right.
So
Well,
let's
hopefully
jump in.
we can meet those expectations. If you guys have
I'm
any
sure.
questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, hey, Pierre, what happens if I do this? Drop it in the comments. We'll answer it live on the spot. Today, we're going to go through a little bit of a lesson in the beginning. I don't want to call it a lesson because that makes me feel like I don't want to watch, but it's going to be super valuable. Watch till the end. Jackie's going to take us through the demo at the end, and we're gonna wrap it up with a beautiful kit that we're giving you guys all for free. It's gonna have a closing guide, some page templates. We're gonna get into the details, and we are gonna showcase an agency plan in Builderall that you can only get through this workshop.
Yeah.
It's the only place to get it, and right now you can get it at 50% for life. So if you don't have a Builderall account, hang out. If you do run an agency, you might want to switch. Also, stay till the end. All right. Without further ado, here we are. The one, two, threes of this workshop, these are the objectives. What stops an agency from scaling? So we're not talking about how do you start an agency, right? You're in the agency game. It's pretty straightforward to get started. What happens when you hit that wall? Number two is how do we solve the scaling problem with our four-step system? All right. The four-step system is so easy to get off the ground. And that's the point, right? The point is going to be how easy it is to actually get off the ground. And then finally, how do we build it in 1 hour or less? Jackie's going to work us through. I'm Pierre. I'm the head of growth here. at Builderall. Jackie is one of our success coaches. I would say the best one, but I am super biased. We both have a lot of agency experience. Before this role, I was the account director at an agency for about 4 years. Seen it all, done it all. We all know how it works. And let's dive in. All right. Jackie, how does a marketing agency scale? Easy question, right? What is scaling? Scaling is the process of increasing your revenue and profit, right? So it's great if we have a revenue of $1 million. It would be not great if we didn't make any money off
Exactly.
it. Like a lot of times people throw out these big numbers, especially in ads. Hey, I grew, I created a 6-figure, now it becomes a 7-figure, now you have to build an
Mm.
8-figure agency, and they just keep giving it bigger and bigger numbers. None of that matters. Anyone who's been in business for more than 5 minutes can recognize that your revenue and your profits are completely different things. All right.
Yeah,
You can make all the revenue in the world, but if at the end of the day you don't make any profit off it, then, you know, I don't know if you're doing the right thing. All right.
exactly.
How do we scale? We scale in one of three ways. Now, sometimes many more than one, but let's just zoom in, right? We want to keep this simple. We scale our agency by getting more clients, right? That's one. Pretty straightforward, right? If you want more business, you get more clients. Number two is you get your existing client base to pay you more.
Mm.
You do more work for them.
I
Or,
love that one.
right.
I love that one.
My personal favorite is actually number three. You increase your prices. Same everything else. Just raise your prices. See what happens. We're gonna take these three scenarios step by step, and we're gonna actually break them down and talk about each one of them. All right. What's gonna happen, and what do you do about it, right? Because the second I say increase your prices, everyone gets bent out of shape. But Pierre, I'm gonna lose clients. All right, we're gonna talk about it. Let's go through before we do and talk about the infinite loop of doom. The scariest thing in my life. It's so scary. I actually added this graphic. Oh no, the loop of doom. Is everyone afraid? All right, Jackie, are you appropriately afraid of the infinite loop of doom?
Definitely.
Okay, so uh, this is the infinite loop of doom. All right, let's go through step by step. You do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver the work, and this is all great. As an agency, this is where you want to be. You do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver the work, then you do more work, you meet new clients, you do more work. And around and around you go. And this, the one, step 1A and 1B and 2, this is great, right? But the reality is you always have team limits. All right. Your team internally, whether it's yourself or you have one person on staff, if you have 10 people on staff, if you have 100 people on staff, you always, as an agency, you hit that wall the second your team limits are reached. All right. Hey, CEO, boss, owner, whatever your title is, we can't do more of the things that we need to do. What happens after that? You can't deliver more work anymore, or you can't meet new clients. And most of the time, in a smaller agency setting, when we're the operator, right, it feeds itself. So because I can't deliver more work, I can't meet new clients. Or because I can't meet new clients, I can't deliver more work. And I get stuck in this loop that I can't escape. That's called I do the work and I do the same work. And I don't grow and I don't add to my team and I don't add any clients and I don't add anything new because I'm stuck in this loop because I can't deliver more work. That's the agency loop of doom. Endless nights, weekends, you're overworked, you skip Thanksgiving, you leave early, you're not paying attention, your kids are like, Mom, Dad, pay attention to me. You're like, okay, just give me a minute, just give me a minute. You're trying to wrap this thing up and you just get stuck and you can't get ahead of the work. All right, we all feel this, right? We've all been here before. You get burnt out, you eventually quit, even if the agency is successful on paper.
Burnout, absolute burnout.
Yeah, you're burnt out. Show of hands. Leave me a comment. Who's faced this before? All right, I'm going to write the first comment. I've
Me too.
been there before.
Been there, done that.
Right. So what happens is we get stuck in this loop and we don't know how to escape it. What we're going to break down today is how you escape it. All right, we're going to give you the way out. Okay. Is it easy? You guys know the answer. All right. Yes, of course it's easy. No, I'm joking. Is it easy? No. But is it straightforward? Yes. All right. And we're going to give you the tools to actually implement it for yourself. How do we escape? We do one of these three things. All right. You increase your client base, you increase your prices, or you increase the work delivered to your client. Is this familiar? Because in the beginning of our session, we talked about this. This is how scaling happens. Let's just not overthink this. All right, let's not get too much in the details. To scale, to escape the loop of doom, you have to do one of these three things. You increase your client base, you increase your prices, you increase the work delivered to your client. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, but Pierre, obviously, I can't do any of those because I'm in the loop of doom. What are you talking about? You know, what are you talking about? I can't deliver more work. I can't meet new clients. It's because I'm in a loop, right? Let's break it down. Let's dive into the actual problem here is because you don't know when to do these things. It stops you from actually doing, taking that scaling step. All right. So we were talking about the fact that the agency owner must do one of these. Now we're going to get to the point of the problem, which is when do you do this thing? Okay. On board? Jackie, what do you think so far? We're good? Are you
Absolutely.
comfortable taking the next step? Let's find out.
Exactly.
The agency takes this scaling action, any one of these three below, every single time the team limits are reached. Not every other time, not, well, maybe next year. No, every single time your team limits are hit, you do one of these three things. You either increase your client base, we're going to talk about what's involved in that, or you raise your prices, we're going to talk about why that works, and we're going to talk about how you increase your quality, the quantity of the work you deliver to your clients so you can get more out of your existing client base. We're going to talk about all of those. We're going to flesh those out in the three scenarios, but I want you guys to keep this in mind. Every single time my team limits are hit, no exception, I am taking one of these three steps. Okay? Ready to take the next step? Let's take scenario one. We're going to talk about what happens when you increase your client base. Okay? How do I increase my client base? You do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver the work. This is all great. Your team limits are hit. You see this at the bottom? All right. This tells me scaling is needed. Okay? I'm going to take the step. I'm going to add team members right here. Like as soon as this happens, I'm going to add team members. Oh, but my costs, you're going to take the hit. You're going to take the hit on either what you get paid in an hour or, you know, I don't know what you're paying your therapist, but you're going to take that money, you're going to give it to someone else and bring them into your business. And you're going to add a team member. Now, is it always a creative member of the team? No. Sometimes if you have enough designers, you have 2 designers or however many it is, and you need someone to manage your accounting, you hire your accountant. Okay? If you need a personal assistant, you get a personal assistant. If you need someone to actually make sales and do the work that brings in new clients, you bring that person in. So when your team limits are reached, you find an answer to that within the team. What that does is it gives you an increased capacity for more clients. All right. It's only then can you add to your client base. All right. There's no way you go from reaching your team limits to adding to your client base in this scenario without you adding to your team. Okay? Think about it this way. Oh, but I'm taking costs to get, yes, but you're scaling. The object is to grow the business. If you're happy where you are, stay where you are. If you're looking to scale, this is the first scenario of how to increase your client base. So you do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver this work, and this is all great. These are the three that we want to be in. When we hit the team limits, I'm going to quickly add a team member to support. Think about it.
So the question I think, Pierre, that a lot of people is going to say is, when do I really know when I'm reaching that level where I need to add a member? Is it when I'm feeling that I've got too much work on my plate? When you start feeling stressed out? When do you know is the right time to actually add another member?
Great question. Great question. I'm going to go back. When I get to the point where I can't deliver more work or I can't meet new clients, because this cycle feeds itself. The cycle of I can't get more work, or I can't get new clients feeds itself. Okay?
Yeah.
Sometimes I have too many clients that don't pay me enough. All right? We're going to talk about that separately. But that all of the questions distill down to these two scenarios. I can't deliver the work that I want to deliver. All right? I can't do more of this, or I can't meet new clients. The second,
I think I've got, sorry that I'm just interrupting. I think I've got a very good example that I feel I'm currently in that loop.
Go for it.
Because I've got Facebook ads running, and I feel like every day I need to switch it off because I just cannot get to all of those clients. By the end of the day, I'm so super exhausted that I don't get even time with the family members or whatever that might be, because that constantly needs to be switched off. That should be a signal to say you need to get a team member.
Yes.
Because your business is ready to scale, but you are not, and you're not making that decision to actually do that.
What ends up happening is you get in your own way. I want to grow this business, but I'm in my own way. Yeah. So you're actually stopping yourself by you wanting to add to your control level. There's only so much you can control. You have to hand that off. So for you, if you enjoy meeting new clients, hand off the work. But if you enjoy doing the work, hand off the sales.
Something needs to go. Yeah.
Something needs to go, or something needs to get streamlined, right?
Exactly.
You need the point of scaling is the growing the business. All right.
Yeah.
If you're happy where you are, stay where you are. But if you're looking to grow, you hit this point, your limits are reached, right? You go to book someone and you open your calendar app and you say, how does 3 months from now, Tuesday at 8 p.m. sound? They're going to say, what? No, go away from
That's me. That's me.
Yeah. So that's a signal, that's a signal, right?
Yeah.
I know we have, here's my hot take. I know we have a lot of the business influencers online, your Hormozy, your, whoever else, I don't want to call anyone out specifically. They really value this extreme hyper focus. That's great. That's great if you don't have anything else in your life going. All right. If you have a partner, if you have children, if you have responsibilities, you're part of this volunteer group. You're a human being. You're alive. You do things in your community. You want some time for yourself. All right. You need to find some balance with your business. Okay. Sometimes you're going to need to spend a little more time on your business. But the ideal is to get to a point where your life is complete. And it's not just about your business, just cranking in the largest amount of money possible, right? Yeah. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, right? We want, for me personally, at least, I believe in like becoming a full human being, not just someone who's so hyper optimized on work that it throws everything out of balance. So if you find that you're not spending your time the way you want to spend it, you can fix it, you adjust it. That's why we're in business. That's why we have these side hustles, these full businesses that we work on full-time or part-time or whatever it is, because we want the freedom, right? So get the freedom. You have it, you just need to take the step. So in your case, what a good problem to have, right? I have to shut off my ads because I have too many clients. Great, right? So in scenario one, let's just wrap it up again. You do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver the work, but then you hit your team limits and everything comes to a grinding halt, right? We've all been in a car that hits the brakes a little too fast, and we kind of lurch forward and back. When you feel like you have to do that, that happens to you on the business side. Add more team members, pass off the work that you don't want to do. That'll give you more time to do the things for new clients. You can go out and pitch, you can add to your client base, and you can start the loop all over again. Okay? But in this time, instead of you getting stuck, you actually find a solution. Plus, as a business owner, there's no greater feeling than hiring someone and contributing to their life, having, the responsibility of and the partnership and the camaraderie of bringing in new people. What a great thing. What a great thing. All right, let's go to step 2. Raising prices. Ba, ba, ba. Oh no, this is the thing that people hate doing. They hate doing. All right, there's so much anxiety. Let's go through it. You do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver the work, and then you hit your team limits once again. That is the bottleneck. As an agency, this is always going to be the bottleneck. You raise your prices immediately. You hit your bottleneck, you add 20% on everyone's bill. Oh goodness, Pierre, but I'm going to lose clients. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. The point of this move is to lose clients. All right? I know we spend so much time, trying to get these clients, and we pitch them and all that. That's all fine. That's all great. You raise your prices because you want to maintain your revenue, but add capacity.
Yeah.
One way to add capacity is to add a team member. The other way is to lose a client on purpose. Okay? You're going to make the same amount because your prices are all going to go up. You're going to make the same amount, but you're going to lose the lowest paying clients, which, if you've been in the agency game for more than 7 minutes, you know that the lowest paying client is your nightmare client. Always,
Yeah.
always, no exception. Always, no exception. The lowest paying client texts you the most, calls you the most, wants to get on, hour-long meetings. They want you to get involved. They want to ask you all the details at this, whereas in your same agency, you have someone who pays like 5 times as much. They don't ask you questions. As long as you deliver on time, they're happy, you're happy. It's all fine and dandy. Right? Which client do you want? Which which one do you want? Because it's the same amount of work, whether you charge $500 or $50,000 for it, or anywhere in between.
Yeah. It's crazy that they say, the higher your prices, the more value you are perceiving your business. I think that's the way you say that.
Amen.
So if your prices is higher, your client is going to value you more,
right?
Because they actually perceive that the kind of services that you're offering is of higher value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. So I want people to think of it like this. If you don't want to add more team members and you don't want to do scenario 3, which is we're going to go for, add your prices. Go up 10, 15, 20%. Okay? Just do it. See what happens. If you have clients on retainer, see what happens. Obviously let them know a month in advance, like, hey, my prices are going up. This is going to be your new rate starting X date, right? You don't want to surprise them with a higher invoice, but you want to give them a heads up. And you're going to get the phone calls like saying, hey, Pierre, what's going on? Our deal's the same. Yeah, but life is getting more expensive. My costs are going up, and it's part of the annual price change. And if someone really gives you a hard time, you want to give them like a month off for free, or a month off at the previous price. That's fine. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. If someone's willing to pay your new prices, go for it. But if someone's not willing to pay your new prices, then that's a surefire way to tell you that client doesn't value your work. Okay? So by you raising your prices, you on purpose want to lose clients. All right? You lose your lowest paying clients, you make the same amount of money, but now instead of having 5 clients, you have 3, and you make the same revenue, and you go out and you fill those 2 spots at the new price range. All right? Scenario 3, you do more work. But Pierre, I don't have time to do the work. All right? Let's go through it. All right? So you do the work, you meet new clients, you deliver work, but then you reach your team limits. Again, here's the point where you cut costs and add efficiency. Sometimes, most of the time, this is a tech issue. Sometimes it's you have too many employees. That's a thing that can happen. If you have like 3 employees, they're efficient, but if you add the 4th, then it's chit chat season. Then they stop paying attention or whatever it is. That's a separate team issue. But most of the time, you have too many costs, right? You're not as efficient as you could be. So you want to lean down. But more importantly, after you lean down, you want to provide an opportunity for your existing client base to buy more things from you. Okay, so here's the point here where you provide an upsell opportunity. Okay, you give your client something else to buy. I'll give a couple of examples. That gives you a way for you to provide more work for your existing clients in a way that's really fast, really easy to get off the ground, and it doesn't take you so much extra effort, right? So by you cutting costs, you add a little more capability, and from there, you want to replace that dead time that you now cleared up with an opportunity to upsell. I'll give you guys an example. If you are a videographer, okay, you do your video, you have your podcast, you can now use AI to provide clips from that podcast to your client, right? So let's say in the past you would just provide the podcast video. Now you're providing an added feature where you give people little clips, let's say 20 clips or 30 clips or whatever it is, and you can use AI to help you create those clips easily, right? So when you deliver your product to the client, they get the full video and they get, let's say, 15 social media ready clips. Another way we love to do here at Builderall is you build a funnel that you can replicate for your client and you offer that as a solution. Hey, I know I've been taking your social media to the next level, but I am now providing this feature or this solution where from the social media we drive people to a funnel, and then from that funnel people convert, and it's whatever extra a month that's really doable for you, and it's a really easy thing for me.
I also make use of, to give you another example, with my agency, the person starts by buying a website.
Mhm.
And then eventually, when I've earned their trust
Mhm.
and they can see the type of level of support that they get on a monthly basis, then I upsell them to paid advertising for Facebook and Google
Yes.
through the agency. And that works like a bomb.
Perfect. Yeah. So you want to stack solutions. You don't want to do something completely different. If you do video, don't you know don't get into I don't know, something that's completely unrelated, uh, thinking that it's going to be an easy lift. All right. Let's go through and show an example. I think this is all going to make sense in our next slides. But do those 3 scenarios work for everyone? Does everyone sort of realize what we do here? Let me pause these because it's making my computer glitch. These 3 ways, any one of them gets us out of the loop of doom. Any one of them. All right. My personal favorite again is increasing prices. All right. But sometimes adding team members is also a really awesome thing. Any one of these three helps you escape this loop. As long as we recognize that the second my team limits are reached, I'm going to take this step every single time. All right, every single time. There's no exception. Unless you don't want to scale anymore. If you don't want to scale anymore, you stay where you are. That is the capacity. All right, let's break it down. There is a solution that you can replicate for your business in all of these three scenarios. All right, and it's what we're gonna do is we're gonna put together the same one that you can either upsell to your clients or you use for your internal business to gain new clients, right? Because in two of our scenarios, let's go back, two of our scenarios, we can add to our client base in number 1 and 2, right? We want to either lose clients or add more capacity for clients. So now we need new clients. All right. Or we can use the same build that we're going to put together to upsell to our existing client base as a way for us to make more money from them. Does that make sense? All right. Beautiful. Let's break it down. This is the 4-step agency flow. Social auto post. That social post has a comment autoresponder connected to it. The comment autoresponder sends people to a landing page. That landing page has a booking calendar that people can go and book some time with me. If I implement this, and Jackie, you're going to show us how fast and how easy it is to actually put this all together on Builderall. If you don't want to use Builderall, don't use Builderall. Use something else. All right. But we recommend Builderall. You can all do it in one place. You can get it off the ground in an hour or less. We have top-notch support system. And if you want to reach out to me directly, you can. I give out my phone number all the time. But you can implement this for your business, or you can take the same exact build, the same exact funnel, and you can upsell it to your clients. All right. As long as you go back and every time you hit your team limits, you do one of these three things. Okay. That's the deal, right? You can do this as long as you actually grow your business. All right. So Jackie, what I have here is these 4 slides. I want you to maybe interrupt me every time and show people how to put it all together. What we're going to do, everyone, is we're going to go through and we're going to show you how to post automatically on your social media or your client's social media, how to connect a comment autoresponder to it, how to send people to a landing page. And we also have a landing page template that we're giving away. As well as finally getting into your booking calendar or whatever CTA it is. So I want you guys to imagine if, let's say, I'm an agency and I'm working with an e-commerce client, I'm going to pitch them this. Hey, how about I take your social media and I automate it so that it posts automatically. And then from there, if people respond in the comments, we send them a link to the landing page. And on the landing page, they're going to have the ability to purchase your product or book a call. You can do that for your client. That's, all of this is going to cost you another, $2,000 a month. And it's expected to get you, however amount of conversions that we figure is a good amount. All right, that's a good way to pitch it. But otherwise, if I'm looking to grow my agency, I'm going to make my social content. I'm going to promote it, or I'm going to post it in advance, and I'm going to set up my comment autoresponder, send people to my landing page, and book calls. Super easy, really straightforward. All right, and I can actually do. So Jackie, without further ado, I'm going to hand it to you. If you can take us through, show us the automated social post, give us a little brief intro on it, show us how to do it, and we'll come back here to the slides and we'll take the next steps. Okay, so maybe we'll do all of this in 5-6 minutes and then come back.
Great.
Cool.
All right, this is the social auto post tool, which is awesome, which means is you will be able to create posts, sending it to different kinds of platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. But for this example today, I'm just going to show you the basics right here. So the very first thing you will see is that you have to go and connect your account. So you can choose new account here, or you can have it right there. we're just going to click and we're going to connect Facebook. And I'm going to go through this so I can show you how quickly it actually happens. Yours might not say reconnect because I have connected to this before. There might be another message right here, but it is basically the same function. So now it's going to go through the process to get it reconnected. If I go back to the accounts, you're going to see now it sits right here in this area. Now it asks me to connect the page. Which one do you want to connect? So I'm going to go with my agency and I'm going to link. And you can see you can also add your Instagram link right there. And you can link any other pages that you have. It's not limited to just one of those pages. So now we've got our pages connected. It is ready now for you to start posting. So if I click on new post, I can go to my Facebook right here, choose the one I want to use. You're going to give your title, you can have a date, time of the post. You can schedule the post to go in another date or time. You don't have to do it for that specific day. You're going to post your content. You're going to insert your media right here on the side. And then once you've uploaded all of this, you're going to see here a preview of what it's going to look like on social media. So once the post has been scheduled, and I'm just going to do now a test right here, and we're going to schedule this in advance so that I can delete it again. You can see what is happening right here. And I'm just going to click on schedule the post. If we now go to our dashboard, and I scroll down, you're going to see that there is a little icon right here at the time that I have set it to be posted. Now, what is nice about this is you have to think a little bit in advance. If you are going to make use of our autoresponder or the comment responder, this little post needs to have a graphic that says something like, please comment yes, because this is the important part. The post needs to be made to the social media account prior to using the comment autoresponder.
Right.
So I'm just going to show you an example of a post right here that was posted to my account that says Black Friday special, comment yes. So everybody that comments in this section right here will then be activated for the comment autoresponder, which we will show to you in a moment.
Love
So
it.
that is how easy it is to set up your comments and your post inside of the auto post tool. Like we said, you can do it for multiple places. If there is any errors that happens in future, it will come up in this area and you will know exactly what has happened. That is how simple this is basically.
And that's such a good point, Jackie. What we want to do is create this system, this build we're calling, this funnel, so that we can keep feeding social media content or keep feeding this top of funnel awareness content into this funnel, right? So that's what we want to do. Once this is all set up, then it becomes a game of figuring out which creative people like, what people respond to, and having that engagement action actually helps us make great algorithm gains, right? So if the algorithm sees, oh, okay, a lot of people are posting, a lot of people are commenting on this, I'm gonna post it to more people that are also likely to comment. That's part of why some things go viral, right? It's not everything, not for every time, but for a good amount of time. The reason why things go viral is because of that engagement that people have. They like it, they
Yeah.
comment, they share, they save, they do whatever. So I want you guys to figure out what works, how you tell that story, and have it really engage people. That's the most important thing. That story is great, but you want to give people that call to action, comment this for me to send you this guide, comment, whatever, to get the page, to get the link, to get the discount, to get the whatever. Okay. From there, once the post is made live, and I just want to focus on one last thing. The fact that you can schedule everything in advance is so important. All right. Because you can go out and you create the content for the week, for the month, for, I don't know, the quarter, whatever it is, and you post it out in advance and it becomes systematized and you don't have to do it every single time. Right. So instead of you trying to figure out the social post for the day every single day, you take a week and you make your whole month or 2 months worth of social content and you put them out and then you start to watch analytics, you watch, everything that you need to make sure that your numbers make sense. Okay. From there, that comment autoresponder comes in. So we created that first piece of information, right? The first piece of content that people are going to engage with. Then we connect that with my comment autoresponder, so that every time someone says, the word agency, they get a link to sign up to this workshop, for example. All right. So we're going to show how you set up that comment autoresponder to respond with that flow. All right, Jackie, you can take it from there.
All right, so this is our comment autoresponder. You'll see that it says messenger chatbot. There's actually a difference between this one and the normal site bot that you will get on a website. People sometimes get confused. This is to do with Facebook or with Meta, because it is actually posting to that platform. So obviously, the first thing that you need to do is to add your account, exactly like we did with the AutoPost tool. By clicking on it, and I'm just clicking on reconnecting it so that you can see the process. It shows you your pages or the link, but it doesn't say that the page has been connected yet. You still need to add those pages. So in this example, I'm just going to link only my one account. I'm not going to worry about Instagram right now. And then if I'm going to go back now, you'll see right here at the bottom, it says the agency that I've added, and that's the Facebook page. So you can have multiple different kinds of links right here for different kinds of site bots, depending on what you have attached or which accounts you've added. So, and then you can switch between them. So because I want to work with this one, I'm just going to click on this specific one. And for every single comment responder that you want to use, you'll see that we've got the option there. You have to go and create a flow. Now, I don't want you guys to think that the flow is super advanced. You can go super advanced, but you can go very, very simple. And that's what I'm going to show you today. So I'm just going to call this client agency for an example. Now you can see it's been created. I'm going to click on it. And now this is your starting step. Now this looks like similar like normal funnels. The person comes in, this is going to happen, and then the next thing is going to happen, and the next thing is going to happen. But all that we want to do is to drive them once they've commented yes on this little ad that we've created here. Once they comment on this, we want this specific flow to be activated and send them to our landing page so that they can go make a booking. That is the whole purpose of this whole step of this flow. So that is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click on a message, and then you're going to see that we've got the option message with buttons, because we're going to make it very simple. And we're just going to say, give them a message here. We're going to say, welcome to our agency. You are in. Make your booking now. Because they've commented yes, you can obviously change the wording according to your needs. You can even go that far to go and add emojis. People love emojis. And then it says, where do you want to send them to once they actually come to the bot? That says navigate to the URL. So you're going to click, and then you're going to choose where you want to send them to. Now, because we've already created our website, and we will talk about this later, I'm just going to go grab the link right here. This is the website where our agency is sitting. And then we're going to add it right here into the area where we want to send them to, right? And then we're going to click save. Now we've created it, and we're going to click save. We now have set up our flow, and it's ready to go. There's no linking or anything else. We just want to send them to that specific page, right? So now we're going to go back, and we're going to go to the comment responder, and we're going to say add a post for reply. So what the system now does, it's going to go take a look at all the posts that you have made in that account, and you're going to go choose which one you want to work with. All right. So let's say I'm going to go with this specific post, because this is the one that we've already created here that says they need to comment yes. All right. So we're going to go and we're going to select this post and add a rule. So what is the rule for this? First, we want them to join the client agency flow that's going to redirect them to our website to make that booking, right? So we've got the client agency there. We're going to say that there's no delay. We don't want to have any delays. And then comment the text with the phrase yes. And we're going to click add. Now the rule was added successfully. Right here, you can see that. And you are ready to go. So basically, when somebody now comments on it, what's going to happen is the bot is going to be activated right into the Messenger account right here. Like I've got it here. You can see here, client growth agency, yes. That is what I've done previously. Navigate to the URL, and that's going to send you to the site.
Beautiful.
That is how simple that is.
Beautiful. A couple things. Can you make this incredibly complex? Yes. Should you? Maybe not. Maybe the whole point is for you to actually get something live and really direct, exactly like Jackie showed us. Can we do a yes-no flow that's, maybe 6 or 7, maybe 10 questions deep? Sure. Are we overthinking it? Yes. All right. So I want everyone to stop overthinking. All right. And go in. It's a simple flow that gets people to engage. It gets people to go to your landing page and take the next step. And that's it. That's also it's supposed to be. And Jackie, what I think is something really valuable that people know is that once you set up this flow, you can use it on different posts. Right? So you can have 15 different posts connect with the same word yes, right? And connect with the same flow and send people to the same landing page. Okay.
And what's so wonderful about this as well, Pio, what I like about this is it's like an extra marketing feature that you don't have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do Facebook ads, you do Google ads, you do all those kind of things, but
Yeah.
here is a feature that you can use to generate leads for you while you sleep. You can literally pin that post at the top of your page.
Right.
And everybody that gets into that page see the post at the top of your page and they click on it. So that is a real cool way of getting more clients. And like you said, you can make it complicated, but why do you want to do that? It's not necessary.
Right. And I'll do one more step. Let's take off our agency hat and put on our client sales hat. Right. So we're not looking for us. We're looking to promote this. How do I promote this to my client? If I go to their social media and it's very clear to me that their social media is a priority. Okay, they post regularly, they spend time, they create all these cool reels, and they have carousels, and they work really hard on it. That's all wonderful. I can go to this client and I can say, hey, I noticed that your social media is really taking off, but you don't have any automations. Let me set up this flow so that every single time someone comments a specific word on your post, they get a link to take the next step, download a guide, go to a landing page, whatever it is. You can sell that part of the flow so easily, right? Especially if your client, has a priority that's really obvious on social media, right? Just a phone call away. You can easily make up sales, or more importantly, if this is an existing client, it's so easy for you to say, hey, I can get all of this done and I'll give you a really good like package on it. All right. It's not all price based, so I don't want to fall into like how you pitch and what words you use. That's a separate thing. But I want you guys to realize that there's opportunity in every single one of these steps. There's an opportunity for you to continue to make money out of the one agency or Builderall account that you have. All right. You sell the different features over and over again to as many clients as you can. Let's go to the next step. Now, okay, you scheduled your social posts. You sent them out, you connected your comment autoresponder, people start to comment, they get the link. Where do they go from the link? Obviously, they go to a landing page. All right, your landing page is the place still to drive people there. Now, the world is changing. Yes, I know AI is a thing. Yes, I know people use ChatGPT instead of Google. Yes. All of that, yes. But it's all noise. It doesn't matter. If I engage people on social, on wherever they are, a blog, on Reddit, wherever, and I can send people to my landing page, that's still my environment. That's still something that I'm controlling. When people submit a lead on my website. It's my lead. I'm not subject to anyone else or any other company. So we're going to send people to a landing page, a simple, beautiful, clear, direct landing page that has my call to action at the bottom. What am I going to say on the landing page? I want to reinforce the message that brought them there to begin with. Okay? So if I have the one offer, hey, I'm an agency, I can help you get your clients or revenue, or, make beautiful websites that are worthy of awards, all of that stuff. I want this landing page to reinforce my message. If you guys do want a really deep dive into landing pages, Jackie and I, every Tuesday, every week, 9:30 Eastern, we spend time unscripted, live, and we build pages. In front of you, we can show you. Jackie, you're going to give us a tour, right? You're going to give us a tour of the website builder, I know. But if you want that deep level of, consistent week over week growth and change, follow that too. All right. So Jackie, you can take it away. You can show us the web builder, and we'll come back here and wrap it up.
Great. All right, so this is the agency build. I love this build. So I just want to mention this for you guys, that once you get into the platform, there's different builds for different kinds of businesses. And this is going to help you because it shows you exactly the things that you are going to need to get started, so that you're not overwhelmed with all the tools that you're going to see on dashboard at the top. People tend to feel overwhelmed. You don't have to go and create webinars and SM messaging and e-learnings and whatever. If you're an agency, you focus on these tools, and later on, when you're ready, you can go take a look at what else is available. All right. So once you click on landing page builder, it will take you to the website, and you can click on new website. You can see we've got the agency secret example right here. And I'm just going to go into it so that I quickly show you what this looks like. Really, really a very nice type of agency site that has been created here. Obviously, you can go and change the content to fit your look and feel, your brand, the way that your tone of voice, and all those very important things. And then the only thing that we would want to have on this side is our booking link, right? Because we are sending them to our website for them to actually make a booking. So we've got that book your free strategy call right here. You can embed your booking app into your website as well by using the iframe, which you will find under the elements area right here. You can see we've got an iframe. If you drag and drop that iframe, and I'm going to give you an example of what that looks like. So I'm just going to go right here to the bottom of this page. And I'm just going to move this block. So we just give myself some space here. And then I'm going to show you what that looks like. If we drop this thing and I go right side, you can add it into the iframe. That is option number 1. Option number 2 is you make use of the actual tool element for the booking app. So if I go to the booking, it just makes it so much easier than the iframe. Just by dragging it, and it's going to ask you which one do you want to embed. I can say there's my agency, and I'm going to click save. And you're going to see now that it has been added right into the page here. So that means that the client can come on the page and make that booking, right? Now, the other option is to link it directly to this button that you see right here. So once you're in the booking builder and you've created your calendar, you can literally just go to your calendar right here. You can see we've got it there. I'm going to view it. I'm just going to copy the link at the top. There's more than one way to actually copy the link, but I found that to be the easiest. Then you're going to go back to the site, click on this little set link, and you're going to add in the URL. Oops, let me just do like, there's the URL, and I'm going to click select. Now my booking has already been added to the site. So that is with regards to connecting it. It's also important to remember that all the content, you can make use of our Magic Text Editor to help you create all of your content on your page. You don't necessarily have to wonder what it's all about. It's going to help you create it. The same with regards to our images. You can make use of the image, what is it called? I keep on forgetting. Our Magic Text, a Magic Lab that's sitting right here. And you will be able to generate your own AI images by giving it a proper prompt and adding it into the website. So you can see that all the thinking has been already done for you. And all of these pages is available for you to edit. All you need to do then is, once you've made your changes, is just to click save. And then you are ready to go. Then you basically have built, you've posted your social media content to Facebook. You've created your comment autoresponder, sending them into the flow sending it to your landing page, and your landing page sending it to the calendar. That's basically it. That's easy as that. Beer.
I'm on mute. Okay. So we have a beautiful page. So easy to edit. We're going to give you guys this template. Please edit it. I don't want to find this page online like we gave it to you. Please edit it. Make it your own. Don't make it Builderall. Make it your own. All right. But it's so easy to edit, and it's basically done. Right? Go through, change that section, put something that's equivalent. Don't overthink. Don't try to add too much. Don't try to rebrand it, recreate it, do whatever. Okay, just change some colors, upload your own image, say your own words, and put your own logos. And that is it. Okay? And at the very bottom, you're gonna add your calendar link. Now, the next step here is to show that booking calendar. Jackie, you're just gonna give us a quick run through on how to set up the booking, but I want you guys to really think about what we're doing here. We're setting up this 4-step plan: social auto post, comment autoresponder, landing page, and the booking builder, or the booking tool. Being able to connect all 4 together also gives you the chance to sell 3 or 2 or 1 of these things to your existing clients. All right, if your client has a comment autoresponder but they don't have a single page landing page, sell them the landing page. Okay, it might take you maybe an hour or 2 to actually customize it, but you're selling it, right? You can actually make money off. You can actually make money off of connecting their booking, right? These are all ways where we can, in the same flow, get clients involved with us and offer more value. So, Jackie, back to you. Let's talk about the booking and then give that reveal for the new pricing for the agency only kits, or the agency only plans. We're going to talk about what those are, and we're also going to talk about what you get with this workshop that you're going to receive here after we're done.
Great. All right, so here we are in the little booking, and you're going to start by doing 2 things before you get started, which is very important. First, you're going to add hosts. It's important to know who is the people that is actually going to be part of the calendar. Otherwise, you're going to have to move in between the 2. The other one is to make sure that you integrate everything that you want to integrate, whether you've got a Google Calendar, your Zoom, whichever tool it is within the platform that you want to integrate, make sure that you create that integration. It's really just a click of a button and it will be done. Then you're going to start by clicking on a new calendar. Now you'll see you've got different options right at the top, but for agencies, it's all the time a consultation. So you're going to click on consultation, and I'm just going to write here test, so of course I don't want to get confused. We're going to click on create. Then to go through the motions, I'm just going to write in some information, agency site. You're going to upload your logo. And I just want to give you a little bit of a tip right here. Choose a logo with a background that is going to fit the theme of the calendar page itself. And I'm going to explain a little bit more now when we've gone through it and I'm showing you the theme side of it. Otherwise, the logo is going to look too small and it's going to disappear in the background. So it's good to have maybe a written word or something with your company's details. Then you can choose your time zones, the calendar. We're going to go to save and next. This is where you are going to create your title for it. So I can say agency consultation, depending on what it is that you are doing. Consultation. Oh my word, I cannot spell consultation. The hosts, that's why I said earlier, it's important to choose it up front. You can create a description if you like, and then your starting point, session durations. Agencies do not take longer than 30 minutes. I don't know about you guys, but 30 minutes is the max for me. I'm not going to spend hours, and you don't want to waste their time of your clients. So 30 minutes is fine.
Let
You can
me
choose.
let me just cut you off. That's a great point. That's a great point. What I want everyone to do is start thinking about one thing: having a first touch call. All right, call it whatever you want to call it, like a quick meetup, 15 minutes. The point of that call is to see if you're a good fit, and if you're a good fit, you schedule a longer call.
Yeah.
All right, and you say that up front. You get on the phone, you get on the call with this person. You say, "Hey, it's a quick 15-minute call. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you some questions, and if it makes sense for us to partner together, we're gonna go ahead and book a longer call. And if it's not, I'm gonna give you the contact information of someone who can help you." All right. That
Perfect.
way, if it's a client that is not willing to pay your pricing, your new pricing, because you now charge more money, if you remember, or if it's just not a good fit, not the same industry, not whatever you want to focus on, you can pass them on really gently, politely to someone else.
Mm.
And if they are, you book that longer call, and that's when you actually spend the time. Okay. So just
Yeah.
think about that as your process. Okay. Sorry, Jackie, you can go back.
Awesome. And while we are at the calendar, I just want to mention, if you've got salespeople and you've got people that works in creatives, you can have a calendar for each of one of them inside of your account. So people will be able to see exactly who's who in the zoo, if I want to put it that way. So we've got then the times or your office hours that you can change and adjust. Obviously, you can even have in betweens when you are closed. That's totally up to you. Your dates that you're available. So I can say I'm not going to work in December months. The sessions. This is more to do with regards to a little bit more advanced configurations. That's not necessary for an agency. And then we're going to click Save and Next. This is the form, a simple form that they need to fill in. You can collect more information from them, like do you have an existing social media manager? Do you have a current website? Do you have a Facebook page? So this is just to collect more information to help you as an agency, so that when you do have that 15-minute call, then you at least are a little bit more prepared to know what is coming.
Yes.
So this is just going to give you an advantage, and you can add multiple different kinds of fields, long fields, check boxes, drop down boxes, all those different kinds of things. So this is a really probably one of the most important parts of scheduling the booking calendar. Then what happens after subscription? Are you going to redirect them somewhere? Are you just going to have a display message? You can have that activated. Then the communication part, if there is going to be follow-ups. And I would say yes, there always needs to be confirmation sending to them. Make sure that they are getting the notifications in the inbox, that they get the reminders that has been sent, where the cancellations can happen. So if I click on yes, send reminders, and I click new ones to subscribers, you're going to see there is options right here where you can choose whether you're going to use email, SMS, WhatsApp. You can use all of them. It's totally up to you as to how you want to communicate with them with regards to the reminders. If you're going to connect them to your email list, and you should do that, you can also go and add it to a specific sender. And it's always important to make sure that you add it, a sender that is verified with inside of Builderall to make sure that the emails get delivered. The sender's name, and I'm just going to write Jackie, otherwise it's not going to send it. And an email, and I'm going to click Save and Next. And now is the synchronization. That's why I said earlier it's important by the integrations to make sure you connect your calendar. So if I say yes, I wanted to connect, I'm going to click on Add. It's going to ask me which account do I want to connect to it, and I'm going to say it's that one. I'm going to say read and write two-way. You can connect your Zoom sessions, because you're probably going to meet them either on Google Meet or on Zoom. You're going to collect that one. You're going to subscribe them to a specific list. I'm going to click Add. And then you can add tags, but that's not important. You can also subscribe them to social proof, guys. This is really important. Remember, if you've got social proof and you add it to your website, people is going to see that this person has made a booking. And it's almost like, when one person does it, everybody else does it. I don't know why humans are like that, but we like to follow what other people are doing. And then you're going to select the social proof that you want to connect, and we're going to click save and next. And in this case, because this is a free consultation, there's not going to be any payments that needs to be made. So we're just going to click save and next to skip that area. Now the calendar has been created. And in our previous session, when I spoke about the landing page, this is the URL that I copied earlier that I added into the landing page. Now you can go that far now to go back to the calendars. And I'm just going to say my calendars. And you can also go and view it from this point. You can edit. This is where you're going to see all your subscribers. All right. And then to customize the look and feel, you can go click on customize. And this is where you're going to change what it actually is going to look like on your page. So if you do not like these templates that's available, you can choose one of the templates and start playing around with the details right here. And this is why I said earlier, think about the template and think about your logo, because the logo is going to sit right here at the top. So if you're going to have a white background with a blue logo, that will work. But to have a blue over this, that's not going to work. So once you set and you saved it, you are ready to go and your calendar has been created.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So you have now the 4 pieces of that build, and Jackie just took us through. I think realistically it'll take you maybe an hour or an hour and a half to do all 4. All right, all 4 of these steps, and you'd be done. An hour and a half of your time, and it will severely improve or drastically improve your ability to either manage your existing clients, raise your prices, get new clients, or upsell. And think about how easy it is to upsell any 4 of these. Okay, let's talk about what you get here by signing up and watching this workshop all the way through. And I think everyone is still here, which is awesome. We have these new agency plans that we're launching. This is the pricing half off. Okay, half off right now. You get it half off for life at this pricing. After this, it will no longer be at this price point. Let me show you guys what you get. Here, give me 1 second. Go to this thank you page. Let's go into what you get with these. Three domain connections. This is the starter agency, the cheapest one. 3 domain connections. You get access to the website builder, mailing boss, booking builder, social auto post, and all the other tools that you can imagine. Quiz builder, access to WordPress server, video host, Telegram, WhatsApp, SMS messaging, website chatbot, and all of these tools for this price. This is at 50% right now. So this, I think, beats any plan out there, especially for agencies. If you have 5 clients, we recommend this growing agency, and if you have anything more than 10 clients, we recommend this plan. Now, what I want you guys to think about is every single thing on here is now on your menu of things to sell as a client. Okay, every single thing here is on the menu. Your social post, websites, email automations, whatever it is, you, coming from me, are not allowed to get this page unless you're going to sell every single thing for your own business. All right, and if you're just going to use it just for the kicks, you know what I mean, just stick with the normal plans. I want everyone to join this agency plan base to really have a focus on scaling their business. Okay, so as part of that, here's what we're also giving away. We had this beautiful kit that I'm going to show you guys here. Let me see if I can expand it more. Jackie, you haven't seen this before. All right, this is a 10-page document that we put together on every single thing you need to close clients. Okay, if you're not sure how to connect with people, how to communicate, when to send emails, what to say in the emails, what you need to onboard people. This guide is literally going to break it down for you step by step. Okay, let me go through really quickly. Okay, this is what you should include in your proposal. These are tips for you to put yourself in that mindset while you communicate with people. This is what you should include. Summary of the problem, explanation of your solution, deliverables in plain language, nothing the client can understand. Pricing, good, better, best. Proof with testimonials, case studies, past wins. Your timeline of the plan and what's going to happen next by them signing this proposal. Your follow-up emails. We broke down the formula for you to follow up with people. No more just checking in. Hey, just checking in. Did you think you want to sign the agreement? Maybe. No, none of that. So we broke down everything you need to actually scale your business. All right. A contract, what you should include in the contract. All right. Scope, payment terms, refund policy, expectations, communication rules. So important, communication rules. All right. Don't talk to me or don't expect an answer past, this time. Only email communication is considered formal communication, so that the client isn't texting you and giving you a call and, hey, Jackie, what do you think? I was thinking, what about we add this to our contract? No, sir. That's great. We can talk, we can discuss, but unless you send me an email, this is a brainstorming session. Okay? We go through every single step. So I'm going to give you guys this. We're going to give you the template that Jackie showed us in the landing page document and access to these plans. And this is only on the thank you page for this workshop. So if you're watching this workshop and you haven't signed up, go to Agency Secrets, builderall.com/agency secrets and sign up and get here. This is literally the only place you get these plans. And these plans, we're probably going to end this 50% coupon by 2 weeks from now. Okay, then it'll just go back to the normal pricing, which is double this, and you snooze, you lose. All right, there's so much that you can do, but the most important thing, you guys, I want everyone to think about is this. Every single time, when do we take the scaling action? Every single time. Okay, every single time your team limits are hit, you take one of these actions. And it literally looks like what we showed you. You do one of these 3, all right? And then you implement the 4-step process, either for your agency or for your client. Cool? That's literally it. I know it seems like simplistic. I know it's not. I know it's more complicated than just this, but I want you guys to put this in your mind. We get into business for ourselves because we love the freedom, all right? Don't be out here thinking you're going to start your business and then inadvertently create a job for yourself that you have to show up for 9 to 5, and you do the thing that you don't like doing. Okay, create the business that you want, make it fit your life, make it fit the thing that you enjoy doing, and these are the tools. So you have everything you need. Let's take some questions. Do you have any questions? If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. We can take them step by step. Jackie, do you have any thoughts?
No, I don't. But I don't know if it's you breaking up now a little bit, or is it just my internet that makes it breaking up a little bit?
No worries. Well, I asked if you have any thoughts, but what I want to do is this. If you guys don't have any questions, leave comments at the bottom of this video. We're gonna keep this video live and available for people. Comment. We'll come back to your comments. And if you want to reach out to me directly, pierre@builderall.com. That's my email. Hold on, let me put it here, highlight it on the screen. Otherwise, use the code AGENCY, and you'll get 50% off of these agency plans that It's the only place you get it. Also, because you signed up to this workshop, we're going to give you the client closing playbook, the template for these, for the landing page. So that way you have every single tool you need. All right. Stephanie, I completely agree. If you're a Builderall user right now, you can switch, sure, but I think you get equivalent value. But if you're looking to scale your agency, signing up to these plans is the right way to do it. If you want me to here, go over it again. And again, this pricing is at 50%. Okay, this pricing is at half off. And if you lock it in, if you subscribe right now, you'll keep it half off for life. All right, but that deal ends very soon. You get all of these tools. All of these tools you get as part of this subscription, because the point of it is for you to sell that domain connection. That domain connection is going to equate your client, right? It's going to equate that thing where you go out and you say, okay, to connect your domain to my agency system or to my whatever solution that I have, it's going to cost you X amount. For me to do your website, it's going to cost you X amount. Emails, X amount. Booking, X. Everything on here needs to make you money. All right. That's the mindset that we all need to be having when we go into the whole agency game. Every single point of contact for us is an upsell opportunity. All right. Don't be out here giving things out for free. Okay. You do free things when it's a hobby. Okay. If your hobby is creating websites, that's great. Good for you. Okay. But if you want to be servicing clients, you want to run your own business, you want to have your own agency, you enjoy the creative or you enjoy the sales, whatever it is, do that. Okay. It's not a hobby. Cool. So with that, we'll leave you all. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you,
Thank
Pierre.
you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope this solves your problem. And if it does, leave us a comment. And if it doesn't, let us know. Fight me in the comments. That's okay. We'll argue. We can take a deep dive. If your agency is struggling and you need help, we can look at it together. What we want to do here at Builderall is give you the tools you need to grow. And obviously, if we help you grow and you have a bigger business, we'll grow as a side effect. So
Exactly.
win-win for everyone. All right.
Thank
Cool.
you, everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
See you
Bye,
later.
guys.